folks, welcome to the channel Rock on the Country. I'll give you one guess as to who made this gift request. Yep, you got it. If you've been around the channel, you know exactly who. This is MontaukEd, who made a gift for me to do this song. And thank you, Ed, for this gift and the request and just for who you are. And this is Mary Chapin Carpenter's song, Late for Your Life. All right, I have an idea what this might be about, but I got to listen to it. And Mary Chapin Carpenter was just a phenomenal folk singer, performer, lyricist, and such. So and I know Ed's going to put this one to me via Mary Chapin Carpenter because Ed knows how to get me going. Because I am a life coach, a philosopher, and I like to contemplate many different aspects of life. So that's the lens through which I'll be analyzing or assessing the song. That's as all songs. But I'm really a philosopher at heart. So let's see what we've got here, shall we? And she was born in Princeton, New Jersey, which was about 40 minutes from where I grew up in Piscataway. But I went to Rutgers, which is only 20 minutes from Princeton. So I've spent a lot of time in Princeton. But anyhow, she's a Jersey girl by birth. I don't know if she claims that or not, but I could kind of claim her for New Jersey. All right, here we go. It's like a female version of Harry.
You've been saying for the longest time that the time has come. You've been talking like you're of a mind to get some changing done. Maybe move out of the city, find some quiet little town where you can sit out on your back porch step and watch the sun go down.
Who's she's talking about here?
No one knows where they belong. The search just goes on and on and on. For every choice that ends up wrong, another one's right. A change of scene would sure be great.
Wow. This is like that idea that the grass is always greener on the other side, but there may not be any green grass anywhere in that regard. I don't mean that in a macabre way. It's just what she's saying here. The search goes on because in many ways we're restless souls because we know that we're going to die one day. It comes down to that. Everything comes down to that, whether we allow ourselves to be consciously aware of it or not. I want to see where she goes with this.
The thought is nice to contemplate, but the question begs, why would you wait and be late for your life?
Yeah. There's no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Probably one of the lamas said that. Her lyrics, the songs breathe.
Now you might never find that perfect town, but the sun still sets on a rooftop where the city sounds like a Gershwin clarinet. And you might still be searching every face for one you can't forget. Well, love is out there in a stranger's clothes. You just haven't met him yet. Well, no one knows where they belong. The search just goes on and on and on. another one's right. Call it chance or call it fate, either one is cause to celebrate. Still the question begs, why would you wait and be late for your life? Call it chance, baby, call it fate, either one is cause to celebrate. And the question now is, why would you wait? Don't be late for your life.
She brought it around to instruct me. How old she was when she wrote this. Where she was when she wrote it. I love it when philosophers sing and write creatively, artistically, and on point. Ed, naturally, you knew exactly where to get me. And yeah, I mean, this is just about life. Keep searching for that thing and not enjoying what you have now. The striving, that's got to be better, it's got to be more. You've heard me say in other videos too that if you don't come to some place of acceptance of your own mortality and let it inform you of how to live now on some level, you won't, each moment won't have the value it could have. You won't have a certain stasis or a certain consistency psychologically in your life, because in a sense you'll be striving to defeat that which you're not going to defeat, which is death. It's coming. And I don't mean that in any macabre way. Take advantage of that knowledge. And the lows that you experience in life, those will end at some point, but also the highs, they'll end as well. So we might not become overly jubilant, but we won't become like depressed unless there's a chemical imbalance or something in our brain, and that's a whole different subject. But generally speaking, as much as we can control or process our own thoughts and put them into some kind of framework, and I think that we can divert our negative thoughts, and there's this constant way of, oh, life is not good. If I move, if I do this, if I do that, it'll change. You really won't be able to make informed decisions. Making change is a good thing. It's fine. It can be a good thing. But she started off on this, and it wasn't directed at any particular person. I thought she might think that like her lover or her father, her mother, whomever might, be wanting to make a move out of the city and out into the country life, stare off the back porch type of thing. And that does have a certain appeal to it that, oh, I'll just go, it'll be calm, it'll be nice. But when you get there, that you still have to deal with your own mind. You have to deal with going to the dentist. You have to deal with some of the normal struggles and strains of life. So, what do those strains and struggles mean? You're going to miss them one day. There will come a day, and I know this from the dance studio that I used to co own with my ex wife, that you miss the struggles. And I don't mean personally, I'm saying I talked with a lot of the mothers whose kids graduated and went on to college and stuff, but they spent 15 years in our dance studio. Some of them got very good. But I saw the mothers, enroll their kids at age 3. And then, the struggles when the kids become teenagers and they get mouthy. And then, whatever the struggles are that you have with kids. And then you got to drive this one to dance class, go pick up the other one at school to get that one to soccer or wherever that one's going, get back, pick this one up at dance class, get home, maybe make dinner, usually have dinner, be ready, and hopefully get the kids doing their homework and all the nonstop. And if you have a dog, you got to walk that thing when you get home and hope the kid doesn't set the house on fire while you're walking the dog, and whatever the struggles are. But then I would talk to the moms later when the kids were out of the house, like grown up, and they would say, man, I never thought I would say this, but I missed having those kids in the car. I hated having the pressure, the driving, get there on time, the traffic, getting stuck behind school buses. But I realize now that that's when I had them in the car. That's when I had them to myself. And it's like, yeah. And so I just started to tell the new moms in the studio who were just signing them up, like, it may seem like a lot, and it is, but believe it or not, and this sounds crazy, you're going to miss it. You're going to miss what seems like a struggle. So can you be happy with what you have? Yeah. But a big part of it is the fact that, look, you're going to die. You're not going to beat that. So I say, let that inform you on 30%. That's the number I came up with. If you can put a number on it, that you don't want to become macabre and let it occupy 100% of your thoughts, but you don't want to have it occupying 0 or 1% of your thoughts. You want to have a working framework, a working understanding and acceptance of your own mortality, because it can generate peace in your life now. But anyway, Ed, goodness, I mean, I'm going to rate this. I mean, the way she let the lyrics breathe and sink in, the patience, the instrumentation was gorgeous. I love the bass in this. I didn't comment on it, but I did. The pick-in was just precious. I don't use that word often, but it was really just gorgeous. So this song to me is a 10. Plain and simple. There wasn't a flaw in it. I could nitpick one philosophical thing where she said such and such begs the question. It doesn't. It raises the question. Begging the question is a philosophical concept that involves circular reasoning, and where you assume the premise in your conclusion that you're trying to prove, and so it just becomes circular and all that. But I wasn't nitpicking that. I was going along with it. It's a common mistake, even among very bright people, which Mary Chapin Carpenter is clearly that. I love her insight into life, her perspective, and how she puts it out there. So in my book that I wrote on what constitutes the 9 personalities that constitute the human race, which is an audacious claim, I would place her most likely as a freelancer. So if anybody out there wants my book, I'll email you for free a digital copy of the book. I digitized it about 4 or 6 months ago and decided to make my works that I've digitized available to people for free. So just email me at rockinthecountry@gmail.com and I'll send you a copy of the book. And you could take the personality test that I created. It's 77 questions, but you'll get insight into yourself by taking that test and then reading the relevant chapter, because it will give you an answer as far as what your personality type is. And then you can read in the book about that. But Ed, thank you. MontaukEd, thank you for that, my friend. Have a great day, folks. I'll see you on another video from New Jersey. Keep rocking the country.